Hi, my name is Darpro. I'm a Sonic Adventure 2 Battle Speedrunner. Have you ever come to Aquatic Mine and said, you know what? This Aquatic Mining thing is pretty cool, but it really needs more swag? If this has ever happened to you, I have some good news. We're going to fix that. So we are, of course, here in Aquatic Mine, and we're going to talk about being Spiderknuckles. That's right, we are going to run on walls. So we talked before about all these fun signs, these sign 1s and 2s, and even the sign 3s. And before we've broken them, we said, well, you can, break out of bounds, and that's pretty cool. But can we do some more janky stuff with it? Absolutely. What kind of question is that? Of course you can. So we're going to have a look at the Wallrun using these signs. So some very important things about the geometry of these signs. Number one is that it's slanted. And number two is that it kind of joins up with the wall there. So if you've played this game before, you might know on Metal Harbor, for example, you can sort of use really slanty surfaces to get very interesting spin dash jumps as Sonic. But does this work with Knuckles? And yeah, it does. So you can run on this. Kind of. But it doesn't work so good like this. This is kind of, you're like, yeah, you get on it, but you can't really do anything. Maybe do a spiral upper. Nah, not really. It's okay. No big deal. But you can get on it, and that's very important. So the trick is, you want to use a punch. Sort of telling you the punch line. Ha ha ha. And the crowd goes wild. Anyway, so the important thing about using a punch is that on the ground, we use a punch to get up to speed. So you can get some pretty good acceleration out of this. So the trick is, we want to do that on the sign. And there are a lot of ways you can do this. Basically, you just need enough horizontal speed, or in this case, you're going to be horizontaling up the wall, so vertical, but you get the point. You need to be running a certain speed, and then a punch will accelerate you most of the rest of the way to full speed. And so if you can get onto that slanty sign with enough speed, you get a punch. And then from there, you have enough speed to stick to the wall. So there's some things that make this work. Number one is that we're going to get onto this sign with speed. Number two is we need to make sure that we don't cross this edge here. Because if we go over a jump like this, it's going to not work. So you want to make sure you go up between here and here so that the ramp joins the walls smoothly. That's very important. So what we're going to need to do is realize where to jump. If you jump on this slanty surface here, you get weird gravity. It's not good. You get too much height, you go over top of the ramp, you can't do that. And if you hit this vertex line here and jump, you get some weird effects. See if I can do it. Yeah, nothing happens. It sort of treats you as up in the air. Sometimes it'll do that and sometimes it won't, but it really just ruins your day. Really annoying. You don't want that. So you need to jump on the flat. Not a lot of flat distance here. So my personal recommendation is that if you want to set this up, do it from a slant, because you artificially increase the distance that you have to jump. You have from here to here instead of from here to here, which is not very much. If you were to make it super angular, you could get all this distance here, but then not all of them will work for getting on the sign, and you run the risk of going over that little jump there, and that'll ruin the whole thing for you. So a nice, like, 45 or 30 degree angle works pretty well for me. Just make sure that you're using the screen to sort of line up Knuckles, and I prefer to glide in. And I jumped a little bit too early. It's no big deal. But you can see how this goes. I'm not punching here, so I'm not sticking to the wall. I'm just trying to get on the sign with some speed. You can do it from super angular from here or from here, but it gets harder because you have to aim Knuckles more precisely so that you go straight up the sign and onto the wall. You don't want to be too far to the right and go off to the side. You don't want to be too far to the left and get jammed up here. That's no fun. If you want, you can even try getting up a little speed here and getting up on the sign that way. I'm not doing a very good job of it, but other people have tried this with some success. There we go. But my personal favorite, and the way that the originator, Axel Thunder, does this, is he would glide up, he'll do a drill dive right here on the flat, then jump up and punch his way out of it. And once you get on the wall, the easiest way to do this when you're still in is just get in a rhythm of punching your way up the wall, because when you're running, you can gain or lose speed, and a really practiced player can take advantage of this, but when you're just starting out, the punches guarantee you're going to get up the wall. It's the easiest way to do it. Nope, it decided I want a hint. Just like that. And off you go. Very simple. Now, the trick is, if you punch once, you can actually get more speed, but you have to do it cleverly. So if you just punch once and then run up the wall, if you do it right, you lose a lot of speed and then you fall off. That's not what you want. So Draco Dan found out you can actually make it all the way up to the pulleys at the very top if you just run cleverly. If you run up the wall at an angle, you gain speed. If you run straight up, you lose speed. So you want to do it at an angle. This one here is a little bit difficult to get a wall run with, because the door frame is here, and this wall is generally kind of janky. But this one does a good job of showing how good the angles can be, if I can get it. Nope, I sure can't. Nope. I'm trying to avoid where Omochao usually is. Nope. That's what happens when you go over the side of it. You just pop off the wall, and that's not good. Nope, popped out to the side again. Make sure you aim it right, because I'm not. Too early. This one is the trickiest one to get on. Nope, went over the side again. This one's very, very touchy. Nope, falling off. Not doing a very good job of showing off this particular sign, but like I said, it is one of the hardest ones to do right. It's tight angles, and the wall doesn't play ball very often. There we go. And you can see just how much height I get out of that. I didn't extract all the height out of it that I could. I'll probably do another video with that later, because really, it's the same trick, but done in a more controlled manner to get up to the pulley. And I frankly need more practice myself before I really understand what's going on with it. But you can see how that wall and the angle gives you a ton more speed than these other ones. This wall and this wall are in general the easiest ones to get on, because you have a lot of freedom to get up on them. You have a lot of space, and as long as you can deal with Omochao a lot. So you can see I didn't get nearly the speed on that jump at all. But you can do these on any signs. Vertex jump. This one. And then you saw me do it already on this one. Another variant to this that you can do is to land on the slanty surface, but not jump until you're on the flat one. This makes it a little bit easier, however you sometimes get cucked by that edge. But it is pretty easy to do this when it works for you. And you can see how you can really get into a rhythm here. And this works on the bottom one as well. Not so well. This one's obviously blocked. If you try to run up this wall, you get stopped by that. This one works okay. See if I can get up on it in this awkward angle. Camera's too strong. Camera likes to turn here. Clip the camera out of bounds, why don't you? Well, that sign works exactly the same as all the others. The trick with this one is that you need to run up the left side, which makes it very awkward. If you go anywhere near this door frame, you're going to fall off. So you pretty much have to end up somewhere around here at the end of it and try to draw a straight line from down the sign to up there. But it works fundamentally the same way. The biggest trick is getting on the sign. Once you're on it, you're off to the races. And you can continue running on the wall as long as you have speed. So you can run sideways pretty much indefinitely until you hit a vertex or a wall or what have you. But that's pretty much the Aquatic Mine wall run. Kind of tricky, but a very swag trick, potentially a time saver, and a lot of fun, really. So, you know, give it some practice, give it a learn, and have some fun with it. Thank you for watching.